Welcome to the second feature in the Wattyl Night of Movies, proudly presented by Wattyl, makers of house paint, wood stains and Estopol, Solar Guard and Kill Rust.
And now East of Eden. Have you ever read John Steinbeck's novel? It's very good. And even though a mini-series based on East of Eden covered more of the book, it still lacked that fire, that breath of life and imagination that Elia Kazan, Paul Osborne, the screenwriter, and others poured into this film based on the second half of East of Eden. I have a book here. It's a very interesting one. It's called James Dean, American Icon. It's been published in Australia. And there's a chapter in it called The Kingdom of Cain, which is preceded by a very interesting quotation. Listen well, not to my words, but to the tumult that rages in your body when you listen to yourself. And then the writers use these words to describe the beginning of East of Eden. James Dean is absolutely hypnotic as he prowls the streets of Monterey in the first moments of East of Eden. He's a riveting physical presence that we track with voyeuristic fascination. We watch him like voyeurs. You can't take your eyes off him. It's pointless to debate whether or not he was a great actor. His identification with Carl Trask in East of Eden is consummate. Interesting comments. I repeat the quotation. Listen well, not to my words, but to the tumult that rages in your body when you listen to yourself. And that's the kind of character we have in East of Eden. The James Dean character is very interesting indeed. He's a man who thinks, or a youth who thinks he is evil and worthless and that others are good. A terrible thing to feel, particularly about your own brother. Now, here we have three of the protagonists. In the rear of the shot is James Dean. It's not a very good picture of him, of course. And there we have Julie Harris, who's quite marvellous as the girl who loves one but is drawn with her compassion to another. I mean, here is a problem of love itself. When is love love and when is love really compassion? It's an interesting situation dramatically. And there's the other young man, the brother to James Dean in the film, played by Richard Davalos. Take another look at Richard Davalos in this black and white shot. Interesting actor. Very interesting, very sensitive. Richard Davalos originally was intended to play the part that James Dean plays, and there's a switch in casting. Like the switch in casting years and years ago when James Cagney and another actor were playing in Public Enemy, and they switched the casting at the last minute and the one who played the lead became the star. Very interesting situation. Well, here we have a conflict between good and evil, with a young man thinking that evil is represented by himself and his mother, and his brother, seen here, played by Richard Davalos, and his father are the good. Raymond Massey plays the father. Let me quote John Steinbeck about East of Eden right now for you as you look at this shot. The subject of East of Eden is the only one man has ever used as his theme. The existence, the balance, the battle and the victory in the permanent war between wisdom and ignorance, light and darkness, good and evil. The intensity of this film, the reactions of the characters, the relationships are quite extraordinary. This film is unforgettable, just as Rebel Without a Cause is unforgettable. This one, in a sense, goes, I think, perhaps a little further inside the human soul and spirit. Also in the cast of this film, a very interesting actress named Lois Smith. I saw her recently in a movie on videocassette called Twisted. She's a remarkable actress. She is brilliant in the brief footage allotted to her in East of Eden. And there's somebody else of great significance, Burl Ives, who began so charmingly in the movie Smokey with Fred MacMurray and Anne Baxter as the troubadour and turned into one of the screen's most interesting and powerful character actors. And finally, someone who leaves an indelible impression in this film, Jo Van Fleet. I can't recall ever seeing her until I saw her in East of Eden, and the first shots of her in this film right at the beginning, plus those hypnotic shots of James Dean himself, make you feel that East of Eden is something special. Indeed it is. If you've never seen it before, get ready for a mind-bending movie experience.